pretty excited. My mind is just about like ready to pop. Feeling pretty legit though. Sleepy, I'm tired, feeling very disheartened. Let's go!
Online schooling is a strange thing. For the past 2 years, I've been taking the vet med degree at UP Los Baños without ever stepping foot on campus. Much like every other student during the pandemic, all of my classes were taken online. And as I enter my first sem of face-to-face classes, I can't help but feel worried about what lies ahead of me, having tons of questions racing through my mind. How will I know where my classrooms are? Will I be exposed for who I truly am? What is the actual day-to-day life of a vet student? So today, I'll be showing you what it's actually like to study vet med here in the Philippines.
Okay, so today is going to be my first face-to-face classes for this semester and actually in vet school in general. So I'm pretty excited to finally meet some of the classmates that have been my group mate for some time, see some of the friends that I've made over the past 2 years. But I'm also very nervous because it's going to be my first time doing a laboratory class since about like high school. Because back in sports science, I didn't really have to do any of the traditional laboratory experiments such as using the microscopes, using chemical elements. So yeah, I'm pretty nervous, as you might be able to tell. It's going to be the first time that I'm doing laboratory in vet med, so hopefully my reviewing and the lessons that I learned along the way will help me out. So wish me luck.
On the way to school, my anxiety slowly started creeping up. I was nervous about what my classmates would think of me as an older student. Scared of being categorized as a dumb jock because of my former years as an athlete. After all, I had no more screen to hide behind. But at the same time, I also felt a rush of excitement running through my body. I was excited to work in the lab, meet my classmates and profs in person, and explore the beautiful campus of UP Los Baños.
Alright, so I'm here now in the College of Vet Med, as you can see, here in the Tambayan area of all of the orgs. And before I enter class, I just want to show you something really exciting. I finally got my ID. Yeah, so it's finally official after 2 years where the only thing I had for recognition is like online registration forms and official receipts. Now I finally have an ID. It says there, College of Veterinary Medicine, baby. Feels really cool to have this, and now I'm about to enter my first laboratory and face-to-face class for the semester. I probably won't be able to vlog so much inside because, you know, it's the first day of class and my hands are probably gonna be occupied with chemicals and be wearing gloves. So I'll update y'all on how that goes after.
My first face-to-face class did not disappoint. Right away, we were asked to inoculate different bacteria onto culture plates, perform different biochemical tests, and so much more.
Alright, so I just finished my first face-to-face class, and today basically what we did was we inoculated some bacteria for microbiology, and it was actually a lot of fun. You know, I was honestly intimidated at the start because it was the first time I'm meeting my profs and my group mates, but the profs were super helpful and my group mates were also super chill, and it was a great experience. Now the intimidating part is on Thursday when we need to interpret it, but great way to start the semester.
After class, I headed to the library to prepare for my other classes of the day. It was my first time in the CVM library, and I loved the ambience of everything. It was cold and quiet, a perfect environment for studying. I even bumped into a couple of friends, which was super refreshing given that we've only ever talked online. And after busting through a couple of flashcards, I finally had some free time to roam around the campus. UP Los Baños is popular for many things. It's one of the top universities for agricultural sciences and is home to the International Research Rice Institute. But by far the most appealing factor UPLB has to offer is its breathtaking campus. UPLB is located at the foot of Mount Makiling and within a protected area, making it a true gem for any nature lover. From the putrid Rafflesia flowers, evasive oriental whipsnakes, and mystical hornbills, the campus is a biodiversity hotspot for all kinds of wildlife. Since the university is embedded in the forest, the admin ensures a synergistic relationship between humans and nature, and the campus clearly displays it.
And so another day here in UPLB, and today, since wala pa akong klase, I really got to explore the campus. I just came from the UPLB College of Forestry and the whole area, which is high up in the mountains, basically at the base camp of Mount Makiling. And grabe, this place is really just breathtaking. The amount of trees and nature that they have. If I'm not mistaken, I know that LB has its own like ecosystem inside the campus, which I find so amazing. And it's just been nice being able to drive around campus, see all the different colleges. Because despite me being in LB technically for the past 2 years, this is only my first time that I'm getting to explore the campus. It's really fun and really exciting.
The blanket of green that encloses the campus makes it easy for students to distress from all of the academic challenges. And while nature does help improve your mental health, it doesn't solve all of the problems you'll face, like exams and due dates.
Alright, good morning y'all. I am on my way to my first face-to-face exam of the SEM, and actually first face-to-face exam in general. All of my exams the past 2 years of vet school have been online, so kind of nervous about it. We'll see, just wish me luck. I mean, I'm feeling pretty legit though. Got my uniform on, feeling pretty snazzy. Just gotta get that nameplate though, just to complete the whole package. But yeah, on my way to school. Hopefully I can get there on time, leaving a little bit earlier. It's about 7 a.m, so wish me luck.
My first exam back on campus was extremely tough due to the added tension from the deafening silence and circling proctors. And to make matters worse, I had another exam in just 2 hours.
So we just finished the micro exam. Kamusta? Kamusta micro?
I love you, Doc Che. I love you, Doc Ali.
Exam number 2 pa later. Good luck na lang.
The second exam completely wiped out all of the mental toughness I had left in the tank. I honestly felt so defeated. All I wanted to do was sleep all day, but my schedule wouldn't allow me to.
Oh boy. Finally back home after a very long day in school. I had my first 2 physical examinations or face-to-face examinations in VetMed, and it did not go as I planned. Both exams were very challenging. Man, at this point, I'm just really feeling burnt out. This would be my 3rd and 4th exam in the last 10 days, and I still have one more to go tomorrow. So my mind is just about like ready to pop. VetMed, this is definitely not easy. It's not only the amount of content that you have to consume, but it's the pace that everything just goes at. You know, you have multiple classes all moving at a very fast pace with exams coinciding, other personal and academic requirements conflicting with each other. And I think for sure the toughest part about VetMed so far, I mean, I'm only like halfway in, is really just balancing everything and finding the will and perseverance to keep on powering through. So I have another class in about 20 minutes, and I have another exam tomorrow that I need to study for again. So I got myself my coffee, and just gotta keep pushing, keep striving, and battling through these obstacles.
One of the most difficult parts about vet school is the sheer pace it goes at. Once you're done with one exam, there will surely be another looming around the corner.
Alright, so I am on my way back to UP Los Baños to take my 5th exam in the last 10 days, which is honestly crazy just hearing me say it out loud. But yeah, it's going to be the laboratory part of my microbiology exam, and I'm honestly pretty nervous because, man, like, even though I know that I studied after yesterday's exam, you can't be too confident about anything anymore. But I'm also very excited because this would end this 10-day exam bender for me, and will at least give me about 7 or 8 days until my next exam. So I'm looking forward to taking time to decompress a little bit, but also having time to prepare for my next upcoming exam. So fingers crossed that this one will go a little bit better than the one yesterday, and I guess just wish me luck, guys.
Unfortunately, I didn't end up passing most of those exams. It sucked because I felt like I did everything I could to study, but it just wasn't enough. This is why, for the upcoming exams, I had to work even harder to prevent that from ever happening again.
Alright, so it is currently 1:38 a.m. at the time that I am recording this, and tomorrow is actually a holiday. So while I would love to be out, with my friends, partying, I'm here in front of my desk studying, and that's mainly because I'm failing 3 subjects, which is a hard pill to swallow, to say the least. But you just gotta make the sacrifices. And I'm sleepy, I'm tired, I'm feeling very disheartened, I'm missing my friends, but you just gotta make the sacrifices in order to bounce back and hit the goals that you want to meet. But it's the grind, man.
You see, the reality is that no matter what your goals are, you'll need to make those painful sacrifices to reach them. And VetMed is certainly no exception to that rule.
Alright, good morning, guys. It is currently 5:30 a.m. on a Saturday. As you can see, the sun is barely rising, and the reason why I'm up in this early on a Saturday is because I have my first necropsy today. Need to do it for my pathology class, and kind of sucks because it's 5:30 a.m. on a Saturday, and last week I didn't really have a weekend either because I had my epidemiology exam. Everybody says that when you have vet school, you pretty much won't have any other life because of it, and for a while I thought it was because of the amount of work. And when I was doing vet school from home, that was the case because everything was self-paced, but it was a lot of work, so it was all about managing. But I still had weekends, right? Now it's like you don't really have much of a choice. So these are one of the tougher parts of VetMed, definitely. But at the same time, I am excited. First necropsy I'm going to be performing. Probably gonna learn a lot.
I met up with Peter, my groupmate in pathology, at 7 a.m. before getting picked up by one of our fraternity's alumni, Doc Dondi. He took us to one of the farms in Pila, Laguna, where he is a consultant, so that we could find a sick layer chicken to perform our necropsy. The conditions of the day were far from ideal. It was rainy, muddy, and humid, but we didn't let that stop us from maximizing our day. After our morning cup of coffee, we visited the chick house and the layer house, where we eventually found our chicken. I obviously won't be showing the necropsy here, as YouTube will cancel the hell out of me. But we eventually found worms in the digestive tract of a layer, which was a perfect fit for our infectious pathology class. Doc Dondi guided us throughout the entire procedure, and by the end of it, the two of us were packed with new information. We were exhausted, but certainly fulfilled. The thing is about sacrifices is that they're absolutely terrible during the moment, but once you're done, it's all the more rewarding. It's all about delaying that feeling of gratification.
So I just got back my score from my latest epidemic exam, and check this out. Woo! Top 10, baby! Yes, let's go! Honestly, I was so nervous for this exam because this week I also have a systemic physiology exam and the lab animal exam, so I was balancing studying 3 exams at the same time, and it's just such a sigh of relief because I did really poorly in the first exam for epidemiology, and wow, this is the first time I've ever gotten a top score in vet school, and I'm not expecting this to ever happen again, so gotta celebrate the small wins. Let's go!
Because no matter how uncomfortable it may feel at the time, it's these trying moments that help you grow as a person, to evolve as an individual. Even caterpillars must step out of their cocoon in order to become a butterfly. In order to seek growth, we must first seek discomfort. So what is life like as a vet student at UPLB? While I expected it to be difficult adjusting to face-to-face classes, I didn't realize that it was going to be this challenging. The only animals I got to work with were already dead. My sleep quality got even worse than before. My weekends became non-existent. And by far, the toughest thing has been managing my time. I had no control over when to do schoolwork, when to exercise, and when to start my day. My schedule was no longer up to me. But I also didn't expect all the little joys that came with returning to campus. Finally meeting my friends I've made online, wandering the beautiful campus during my downtime, and of course, actually getting to apply the topics I've learned throughout the years. Looking back, I guess you can say that most of my fears were actually irrational. Sure, there were a couple of bumps along the way, but I think they all happened for a good reason. There were many times that I wanted to give up, that I felt that I'd hit my limit. But time and time again, I overcame those challenges and proved my inner critic wrong. And maybe, just maybe, it was my different background and experiences that allowed me to persevere through the many challenges of VetMed. So if you ever doubt yourself or feel unworthy of where you are today, always remember that everything you've gone through in the past has prepared you for this exact stage in your life. Because what I've learned from this semester is that no matter what you're doing in life or what chapter you're currently on, you are exactly where you are meant to be. I'll see y'all in the next one. Deuces.